welcome back to the channel. This morning, which was our previous video to this, we were actually getting off the ferry from North. We're so tired, I can't even begin to think.
I'll try. This morning we were getting off the Northlink ferry at Aberdeen. We were on Shetland.
We were.
But because it's us, we don't do things the easy way. There was no bookings to Orkney, so we got the ferry to Aberdeen. And our game plan was, we'll hang around, see if any orca get seen. And if they do, we'll head up north and try to see them. And then we saw on some of the Orkney pages that there was a pod of orca. And it was actually the 64s pod that we'd recently seen on our trip to Shetland. So we thought, well, this is the reason we're hanging around. So we drove from this morning from Aberdeen all the way up. Now we're at John O'Groats.
We're at John O'Groats.
And we would have got a ferry over to Orkney, but there was no bookings today.
Yeah.
So we're kind of hanging around hoping that the orca comes south.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it is likely, but we haven't really had the weather on our side. We went to Dunnet Head, couldn't see out the window.
No. You couldn't see a thing.
Couldn't see a thing. and
yeah, it was raining, the visibility was shocking, but
yeah.
We've just got down to John O'Groats, and I mean it's not the best, but if there was an orca in front of us, we'd see them.
Yeah,
so
definitely. So
we're giving it a shot, and if we hear of any news of orca in the morning, and we can get a ferry over, but hopefully the orca are this way, and we can follow them up or down the northeast coast again, like we did a couple of months ago.
I hope so.
As it stands, we're back up at John O'Groats. It's meant to be the end of our trip, but obviously it's not.
And we're exhausted.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
See what tomorrow brings.
So yeah, it doesn't seem that long ago we were doing this exact walk up at John O'Groats.
I know, it wasn't that long ago really.
When we got off the ferry this morning at Aberdeen, we didn't think we'd be doing this walk, so yeah, you never know where you'll end up. But we didn't actually think anything would get seen. We were just hanging about just on the off chance, and yeah, it popped up on one of the Orkney pages online, and we thought, right, we've got to try and see him there.
Yeah, we thought we may as well give it a shot.
Yeah.
And we kind of like lingered around Chanry Point hoping that something might show.
Yeah. Or
like turn up somewhere to give us that boost and show us where to go. So yeah, it's really good. Hopefully we see something.
Hopefully it pays off, but it probably won't.
No, we'll just be extra tired,
yeah.
I think. But
I don't even know how we're still functioning, because I had zero sleep on that ferry like this morning. And
so bad.
Yeah. I don't know how we're still going.
No. You can check out that ferry video if you haven't watched it already. We had a bit of a rough sailing, to say the least.
Like the roughest one we've ever had.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they get a lot rougher, but that's the roughest we've had, and we struggled, so. And we don't get seasick.
Charlotte does now.
I do now. We're reunited with our friend. Hi. Surrounded by nettles this time. Hello.
Here's a shock for you, I'm even in trousers as well.
I know.
I don't know if it's from the tiredness or the coldness or the weather we just had at Dunnet Head, but I didn't fancy getting cold and wet today, so the trousers are on.
That's like the first in 2023,
yeah, I think so. So this morning we was at Lerwick on Shetland, got the ferry to the cross at Aberdeen. We got in the car and drove all the way up to John O'Groats.
You can see which would have been the quickest route, for the route that we didn't take.
Also, if you haven't checked out our recent Shetland videos yet, go and have a look at them, because we managed to see the orcas on a number of days. We saw a really rare sighting of northern bottlenose whales, which was only brief, but straight away we saw that we were sitting just in a lay-by. We saw the blows come up and we thought, well, that's something different.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte was looking through the binoculars. I managed to get a couple of not very good pictures. Yeah. And then they're deep divers, so they didn't really come up again, but it was enough to know that they were the northern bottlenose whales. We saw minke whales, rhesos, dolphins, And
basking shark?
Basking shark, yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
We saw a basking shark really close, which was amazing.
That was really good.
So yeah, go and check them out if you haven't watched them yet.
And if you like otters.
Yeah, yeah.
Otters as
Lots
well.
of otters. Bump into otters everywhere.
Yeah.
I wish we had that luck with the orca.
I know.
So it's the next day and we're back out for a walk up at Duncansby Head. See if anything's around.
It's very, very chilly.
Yeah.
As it always is here at Duncansby Head.
So far nothing's been seen anywhere as far as we know. No. So we're still very tired.
Yeah.
So I think we might just sort of have a drive down the mainland and see if we can see anything on the way back down eventually. But
see what happens.
Yeah, see where we end up.
Yeah.
When we were recently on Shetland as well, the 27's orca pod come all the way up here past Duncansby Head and they were breaching all over the place. They always seem to do that when we're not here. When we're here, it's just empty like this. Although we don't normally have much luck up here at Duncansby Head, the last time we was up this northeast coast we had some amazing sightings. We saw the 12's orca pod for the first time ever, which was amazing. They're a Scottish Icelandic pod. We saw them coming all the way up the northeast coast, and we also saw the 27's pod as well. So yeah, we do have some luck up here, just not in this particular spot, that hopefully one day we'll get them off here breaching around everywhere. Maybe today. Probably not.
We're just going for a walk at Whaligoesteps. We've never been here before, but this is a spot where orca have been seen from, so we're going to go down and explore and see what it's like.
Probably not one of the best days to go down while it's slippy, but see what it's like.
Hopefully it's not too slippery. Not sure how fun these would be to run back up. Not looking forward to the walk back up them.
Not sure how fun that'd be if we were running to chase orca down either.
At the bottom and then you turn another corner and there's like more steps, just keep going down and down.
Don't like the look of them clouds coming over and that whole walk back up.
I think we might get a bit wet. Now it's time for the long walk back up these steps. It would be a really cool place to see the orca if they came in, like the 27s, or a pod like that. So like a pod that we've seen off, say, St Ninians on Shetland, where they've come right close to the rocks. It would be really cool to see them. But whether or not they do actually come in this far is another question. Sorry. But yeah, it's a really cool vantage point and you get a really good view. But I'm already out of breath and we've got a way to go. I need to get up there before it stops raining as well.
It's like we're back at Nice Point. Even got the rain to go with it.
I've got the rain. Oh, it's starting to rain. Yep. Thank you. So I think after that walk and that drenching, I think we're ready for home.
Yeah, it's been an amazing sort of, I think it's been coming up to somewhere near 2 months anyway,
It has,
being
yeah.
away. We've had an epic time on Shetland and yeah,
Lovely.
we thought we'd give it one last shot to try and see some more orca.
Yeah.
But if we don't see any on the way back down the coast now, I think that'll be the end
I think so.
of this series, but we're determined to see them again at some point this year, so
hopefully we will.
watch this space.
Yeah, we will. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and subscribe if you haven't already to follow our adventures and we'll see you next time.
In a bit.
Bye!